Hey, Spence, let's trip out.
We got till 10:30 to get this. Okay. It's your favorite podcasters.
Me again.
We're back after a long hiatus. It was needed. And for 2 years, we've been trying to get this man on the show. He's our good buddy from Punk Rock Dads, Punk Dads United, Punk Rock Community, whatever, Legit Shorts, fucking everywhere. All our little Facebook groups. Leigh Pierce, aka Pop Pop. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Yeah, it has been about 2 years, but I think I agreed to it 2 years ago. It just took you that long to start the Zoom meeting, man.
Yeah.
Since last night, you know that?
Yeah. Look, I'm a busy man.
For everybody's schedule, I could do this. I've been wanting to do this forever, so this is pretty cool. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're excited to have you on, man. It's been like we've been itching like to talk to you about the random bullshit. You okay? I don't want to get into all that yet because we will later. But so why don't we just start it off? Like, go ahead, give us a day in the life of Pop Pop. Like,
well,
I've been following you for 3 years at this point.
For a quick refresh for people that don't know who I am, I'm 47.
She's behind me.
2 sons, one one is 15, and then I got a 5-year-old grandson too. Been a stay-at-home dad for better part of 13 years now. When our youngest son was diagnosed with autism. So now he's going to be going to senior, and I decided to go back to school because, like a smart young man once told me, why not?
Yeah.
So we 4 semesters into 15 months because, you haven't done it for years. I mean, seriously, for 29 years, because I graduated high school in 94. So between 94 and last year, the only tests I'd ever been given were field sobriety, and I fucking failed both of them. So I was kind of but I'm good. I'm doing good. Turns out school's a lot easier to do when you're sober and clear-headed and mature enough to handle what gets thrown at you. That's why I graduated high school, and I'm glad I'm having the opportunity to do so now.
Oh man, yeah, we're proud of you, man.
So
I know it's like
the last year and a half. So it was May of last year. I started back to school for digital marketing because I wanted to do advertising back when I graduated almost 30 years ago, but there was no digital. It was a degree in business marketing, a degree in commercial art. And you got to remember, I live in bumfuck Wisconsin, so it's moving somewhere else in the country for a job, if not school also. And that just wasn't in the cards. Plus, I wasn't a good, clear-headed teenager. It took me a lot of years to grow up. About 7 years ago, as a matter of so it wasn't in the cards. And now it's a 2-year degree at the tech college. and it's the fastest growing industry, and it won't stop growing because even small mom and pop places have a social media expert running their stuff. Yeah. Target has companies like Target have entire social media parts to their company now. So it's like it's the fastest growing, it's never going to stop, and it's right up my alley. So and now it's fitting into our schedule and budget, and it's been a lot of fun. It turns out I'm a lot smarter than I thought I was because I'll get like 2 semesters. I got to pay $200 for these books just so you can get the Connect access. And then I asked the teacher, they said something about extra credit going to the book. I'm like, how do I go in the book? They're like, it's week 15 of week 16 and you haven't opened the book yet. I'm like, I haven't needed to.
Yeah, no.
But it doesn't seem right. I guess I'm always if I'm not being challenged and I'm not absolutely suffering, then I'm not moving forward. Yeah, so if it doesn't feel like absolute freaking agony and torture, then it's probably not dating any. I'm not learning. That's just how education was for me.
Yeah, that's being raised in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I quit in '94, so it's a whole different vibe now. Even the whole college experience, how inclusive the campus is, even just for being a small technical college, is absolutely awesome, which makes me happy because that's where my son, the one with autism, is going to be going next year. And that was another reason I was kind of the test monkey to see what was going to happen and see what the program was, because the digital marketing program and the web programming programs run side by side for the first semester or two. So I got to meet a lot of the same teachers. I'll have the same classes that he's going to have too. And I get to be able to see that he's going to work and he's going to do great, because there's several people with autism that were in that program, and I saw how well they were doing and how well the teachers worked with them. It's really good. Everything's really going on the upswing. So I couldn't be happy. Great time to be able to talk to you guys.
Yeah.
It's always positive things. Instead of you sitting there going, oh, you're not going to believe this.
Right. As
I
watch
believe
people,
I had to eat today.
Yeah. I told people about 5 years ago, I had finally gotten to a place where I was clear-headed. I was happy, making new friends and stuff. I was just telling everybody, I was like, this is a good time to get to know me, because you're getting to know me. You know what I mean? How, and that seems to be where you're at in life right now. I'm I couldn't be happier for you as far as that goes. That's awesome. And to see Johnny, your son, following in your footsteps, it's going to the same college. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got he was slow development, and then he just picked up speed. He was nonverbal till he was 5, but it turns out he could read the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. He could read before we just didn't freaking know it.
Yeah.
It was wasn't as much the brain connection as there was the muscle connection, getting the mouth to move properly. And he still does speech now at 17. Mm-hmm. So, and now he's been doing college level work since he was in 8th grade, 9th grade.
Wow. Damn.
Oh, he's already done class. Well, and he's the coding that he's doing in high school that he's already finished. He won't even get that far into it to get the associate's degree that he's going to go to college for. He's already done Harvard. So I told him, dude, it's pressure for 2 years. You're going to love this. You'll be able to snooze your way through it.
Yeah, oh yeah. He'll be coasting through college.
Oh yeah, he's going to do really. And once you get through the first semester, most of it can be done online.
Right.
So first semester got stuff, but which is weird because it's stuff that doesn't really pertain to the web or to the web programming. It's more to the digital marketing, the digital photography and the videography and stuff like that, where they have to have hands-on in the classroom, which it's weird that those are in that program, but that stuff I think everybody needs to learn anyway. And I think it's cool programs and cool skills.
Yeah.
But that will have to be in person, but all the rest is I would have to go. I didn't have to go a single day last semester over the summer. And this next semester, my dumbass took 7 classes. I thought they 8 week, and then the next one started. No, all 7 of them start on the 21st of this month. The first 8 two of those drop off. Oh man.
That's fantastic. Okay, so let's start with the crazy food ventures.
Okay.
Because
So this started, my grandson Oliver, it used to be Ollie, now it's Oliver. If you've noticed, he changed that in the videos now. He's got all professional.
okay.
He even combs his hair before we do it. You should see that little song.
Oh wow.
And here we are.
And last year, we've actually done 71 episodes now. Counting unboxings, we've done 71 episodes in just over a year.
That's
Like a year. But we started doing them because he has some speech troubles, and when he'd see himself on camera, he'd hear himself. Because none of us hear our voice, we hear it played back. That's why I'm probably never going to watch this podcast, because you, my voice. So, and then
I'm the same way.
like, all four are picky eaters, but he was even worse. But the one thing he would eat is he would steal pop dill pickle potato chips. So the one day I made dill pickle gummy bears from scratch, and we did a video of him, and he liked them. So then someone challenged me to, and that's when I was doing all of the meme food challenges myself, like the mayo Oreos and like the White Castle cheeseburger cookies.
I still can't handle the snickle.
The snickle.
I can't do it.
Was it the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew? Oh my God. Or Monster. But it was when I was doing all those, and one of them, my buddy challenged me, and it was the Chest Quick. It was the Cheeto flavored milk. So it was cheese milk.
Yeah.
Well, how much we love to cook, and we buy stuff. We stock our pantry. We don't go out and buy stuff for a dinner. We stock our pantry and cook from there.
Yeah.
We bought a large container of the cheese powder that you use for making mac and cheese.
All right.
So we could just make our own from scratch with whatever noodles we want. Because sometimes my wife will do us gluten-free. So we'll do for the whole family instead of doing one for her and one for us. So we could just do the big scoop of cheese powder and make this cheese you want. So I'm like, hey, we've got stuff to make cheese milk. Hey, Ollie, you want to do a video of Pop? Okay. And he loved it. Favorite treat was cheese milk.
Oh, God.
And then so it's there. And then next thing you know, he starts to eat that. Next thing you know, he listens to him. He said something about snacks, and he's always pronounced it knacks, which we think is adorable. We don't correct it because I mean it's knacks. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he hears himself because we bring up the YouTube video to watch on the TV after we're done, and I get it edited, and he goes, "Did I say knacks?" Oh, mortified. And so he's hearing himself correcting his own vocabulary and his own speech, and as you see, like video, he's conversing more, and he's getting more into it, and he's directing him and telling me what to say now. And now he'll try just about any food, and if he likes it, he'll sit down. And so now I'm actually going to just start doing some homemade stuff, just like chili. Hey, let's do a chili taster. When he likes it, okay, here, you can eat the rest of it, because he's starting to get being a picky eater again. So I'm going to do a little ones and just get them. Oh, here, it's a hot dog with cheese. Da da da. Okay, now eat.
Awesome.
Okay, so
As far as that goes,
go ahead.
That's a chain of events. Like as far as just all of it coming together that way, that's fucking great. That's what that is.
Well, I mean, fun, and then we'd have some that were spicy ones or really gross ones, so I'd have Johnny do them with me, and we, instead of why not, we called it Old Enough to Know Better. And then me and Johnny had that whole series that we did about the wrong way to open a Kit Kat.
Yeah.
Even directed the one where I dressed up as El Schizo, my pro wrestler character, did an elbow drop on the counter and come down, and then I come out with a freaking sling. Like, he wrote that and directed that whole episode.
That's awesome.
So the kids doing that, and well, do you remember the fake Waldo trailer I did that was so cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Oliver was my lighting. He was only 4 years old. Johnny, 16, with autism, can't sit still. My cameraman, and that's what we with, you know.
Oh
Pee-wee's
man,
Playhouse.
DIY at its finest.
So to get a job interview that I'm turning down about a videographer position, the guy was like, "Okay, tell me the story of why you sent me this." Everybody else has sent it in like polished commercials. I sent him the Waldo trailer. I said, I've got 1 year of schooling. I said, I've been playing around with this stuff. I said, but I told him, like, my cameraman was 4 years old, or my cameraman was 16 years old with autism, and my lighting guy was 4 years old. This is how good it came out. And I said, edited it, and I'm with the 7-day free trial. That way I could get the full edit without having to buy anything. And I'm like well, I could do it for cheap, any type of crew you give me. But then the money wasn't there, so I had to turn it down. But yeah, so the Waldo trailer actually job.
That's awesome.
So, random side note, I'm just curious, have you guys ever heard of the idea of a super taster?
No. It sounds
Okay, so a super taster, it's the only reason I think about it is because I'm pretty sure one of my kids actually was. Dude literally lived off of honeyed ham, chicken nuggets, and ketchup.
yeah.
Like easily 18 years of his life. I'm saying he might have had cereal too, but generally speaking, he was honey ham, chicken nuggets, and ketchup.
Yeah, I didn't know the name of that, but yeah, I've heard of that.
So the super taster thing, right? Like it's a weird, like I mean, for the longest time, the idea of a finicky eater or a picky eater, which I am not. So it's not like I can identify with this. I mean, like I'll fucking eat whatever you put in front of me. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the idea that your taste buds are so jacked towards certain flavors,
Yep.
it prevents you from trying others because it's such a shock.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's just a random thought. It's just something I was thinking about. I mean, it's the idea. I'm pretty sure one of my kids was.
That's one thing we lucked out with Johnny, because with autism that goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Is eater and that I didn't know what it was actually called, but that's it was like.
It's like a theoretical thing more than it is anything else.
But yeah, and usually it's for them, it's more about the texture. And that's why they can only eat chicken nuggets, because it's the texture of that. It's not even the flavor. And when you see that a lot, and we
the stalks of asparagus
have that.
The stalks of asparagus can't deal with it. I can only eat the heads. I can understand that. The texture thing, I get that. Like, I mean, there are some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, cooked spinach. I can't do cooked spinach. It just tastes like snot.
No, it does. Does it not? Really? It's like garbage bags that drip through.
That's funny. That's the only way I can eat spinach.
Oh, give me a bag of cold spinach. I'll sit down and eat it like potato chips. But you cook that crap?
No,
and
it's
you just
horrible. Like if you can put spinach and cheese, you can put spinach and cheese, and you can grind it down. You make a spinach dip. But I'm not eating the spinach. I'm eating the dip, because Jesus Christ, wet spinach is fucking gross.
I go fishing in the morning and I pull stuff that looks like cooked spinach off my line like at least 12 times in the first half hour. In other words, I just take that, eat it. I wouldn't throw it away and keep trying to catch fish.
I feel good about this now just because I feel validated. I fucking hate it.
But
can I just say that?
Validating you, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad
no, I'm not
thing.
eating spinach again. So, like, if there's something in it that really makes it a superfood, that's your fault. But legitimately,
can I just say this is the first at-length conversation we've ever had about vegetables on this show.
Oh yeah, no, we've never discussed veggies in any form.
Probably
a cabbage. Anybody else? Cabbage?
I'm probably just the cooks and eats vegetables that's been on the show.
Vegetables are designed. That's like I'm a southerner, so that's like a Jordan thing. Vegetables exist to hold meat. Normally meat that's been cooked to the point where it's barely meat.
Vegetables exist to feed meat.
My favorite is breaded. Oh, I can't say much. My favorite's breaded okra. I could live on that shit.
Like this is
breaded okra tastes like
random,
snot.
but it is important. Anything derived from cabbage, I'm pretty much okay with. Like, give me. I'm okay with broccoli. I love cauliflower. Any of the crazy stuff.
Because I'm colitis, so I can't do cauliflower. That sucks. I love the stuff though.
Oh, that sucks.
Cabbage is good. Cabbage though, oddly, and I the same way I could do just raw cabbage. I could do slaw, sauerkraut, fried cabbage.
Dude, sauerkraut is the most underrated fucking condiment on the planet.
Absolutely, I put it on my burger.
Dude, sandwiches, burgers, hot dogs. If there is I would put it on anything. Sauerkraut and ribs. That's a great combo.
What? Sauerkraut and ribs? What the fuck are you on about?
It sounds weird. I'm not talking barbecue ribs. You can't have I'm not talking
Okay, I was gonna say you watch your fucking mouth.
Pressure cook that shit and you add some sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut is just coleslaw's drunk cousin.
It is. That's why that's exactly it. It's the version of cabbage I would invite to the party.
Yeah, and we've all drunk cousin, and we've all been that cousin. So you can't bang on sauerkraut.
I would point out every version is good, by the way. I will say that if you're a sauerkraut person, it doesn't matter how it comes. It can be in a jar, it can be in a bag, in a fucking it can be literally in a condom. Like someone gonna be like, I made this at home. A condom of fucking sauerkraut. You'd be like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna tell everybody I'm gonna fucking try this.
Thank you. Sauerkraut. Condom kraut. Condom with a K, of course.
Dibs on the band name.
Condom kraut.
Condom full of kraut should be a band name. That works.
No, it's not, at least the song title.
Dude, album title, bare minimum. Can you imagine the album artwork?
Dude, I will write the song. I'll work on it this weekend.
Condom. It's got to be spelled all. Wait. Condom full. So it would have to be like KFK. Condom. KONDM, like Mortal Kombat condom. Full of crap.
Oh yeah, I can write this. What do you do? What do you do? And of course, I'm hearing like freaking KMFDM style. Like
that's what I was thinking about. That is the logo.
Yeah.
The red black fucking logo.
Do Haas. Do Haas freaking parody something about sauerkraut. Do Haas.
Oh.
All I gotta say is you hate me. Just like the song. You get some sauerkraut costumes and put on and just dance in the background.
Oh, holy shit. How did we get off on sauerkraut?
That was my
You
fault.
thought it's coming a mile away.
That was your fault. Jason, you should be ashamed.
I am ashamed, but we were talking about veggies, and I will never be ashamed for talking about cabbage.
Can we talk about chocolate now? Okay, before we cut the break, I gotta ask, Leigh, in all the fucking bullshit that you've eaten over the past couple of years, what is the worst combination from the meme food challenges specifically that you can remember?
The meme food challenges, that's easy. The bologna seltzer.
Oh.
All over the fucking kitchen. It's, if you go on my TikTok, it's one of my very first videos. And his opening screen is the bologna seltzer can that they had mocked up for the meme food.
Yeah.
So no, that because like I bologna is I love it's one of my favorite foods. Whether it's hot dogs, whether it's the big ring bologna or what.
Yeah.
But seltzer, remember, is not just water. There's a zing.
Yeah.
It's like calling for water is like calling Miracle Whip mayonnaise.
Yeah.
It's not something that gets you here. You're not sure if you like it or not. Bologna's not that thing. It's not supposed to be fizzy. I don't feel like carbonated.
Yeah.
That was part. Carbonated bologna's not. It's not. It's. No, that wasn't fun.
That's not.
I know. Oh, thinking about that. Thanks for making me think about that.
What is the need to be
So nice of you. Thank you. Jesus.
Asian umami, right? The umami flavor is about as close as you could possibly get to describing a bologna to somebody who's never had it, right? So, umami, a meaty, good, savory flavor.
Yeah.
Added to carbonation. That is fucking cool.
Same thing. Like, could you imagine like a carbonated fish sauce?
No, for fuck's sake.
It'd have about the same because of the depth of the flavor depth. It'd be about the same thing because it's all fat. Because you forget how much fat is.
Who would do that on purpose?
Hi, Jason. This is Leigh.
Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of you for like exploring the unknown, but that's not okay. That's a bad combo.
The unforgivable thing is my asshole friends that tag me in the shit, and then I feel obligated. Fuck those.
No, you should. There should be punishment. You find the person that suggested it, you go make him eat Oreos and toothpaste.
It'd be bad.
No, it's pretty. It's not terrible. Like it's still sweet with like a chocolatey overtone, but like it's the.
Dude, I did Oreos and mayonnaise.
Yeah, but that's kind of a soft over. Don't get
you also did the nacho Oreo.
That was really freaking good. That was.
You know what? Okay, so I believe you with that one. I would believe you with that because like I have this weird thing. Like if I eat something that's like smothered in cheese, like whether it's nachos, a cheeseburger, or something, I immediately want like a fucking Oreo or like a brownie or something chocolatey, like right after.
Savory, they're the two greatest combinations in our fucking history.
If you use actual real cheese, it'd probably be even better, like actual like a good melted cheese sauce. But even just having the cheese, because you got to remember cheese is dairy, even some of the cheese sauces. So you got it's something works. It works with that chocolate. Mm-hmm. I mean, you see, it's like I don't know where you guys are at, but in Wisconsin, you can get chocolate cheese. It's basically
I've tried. It is good stuff.
It's fudge, but it's made. It's not processed. It's not overly sugar. It's not made 90% sugar. It's made like cheese. Like you can get actual chocolate cheese, and so it shows how the flavors work. Yeah, no, the Oreos dipped in the nacho cheese was really freaking good.
Well,
I was just watching thinking I need to do that again.
Because I make that because I have my little pop-up kitchen now, and I do my homemade beer cheese. You got me thinking. I need to try an Oreo in that.
It'll be good.
So you might
beer cheese.
You might get a video from.
Sure.
Yeah.
People here have access to a Waffle House.
Not me.
You don't. You're in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Wisconsin. Have you ever tried classic American apple pie? So we're talking apple, cinnamon, sugar, touch of vanilla, some type of butter with the crust. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slice of American cheese on top of it. Melted.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that.
Oh yeah.
It sounds weird, but it tastes fucking wonderful.
So here you go then.
I need to try. But
there was actually a law in the books in Wisconsin. It was an old law that never got removed. I think it has been now, but for way too long, like up until like in the last couple decades, there was a law in the books that you couldn't serve apple pie without asking if they wanted cheese on top of it.
That's because somebody knew what the fuck they were talking about. They were trying to form a statement. Even like, by the way,
even better is a slice of Swiss cheese melted on top of it.
Swiss cheese would probably be good. It's a little bit
great because the apples go so good at the Swiss. Really good.
I could see that working because of the nuttiness.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Like you have what would you call it? The savory nature of Swiss cheese, right? Like that.
Yeah, it's like the earthy
really
tone.
Good because the sweet as well as the crunch on top of it, especially because
it's that natural earth flavor.
Yeah, like that's a great combo. Which is even back to American cheese. Take the cheapest American cheese you can name. Get like the Walmart brand fucking American cheese. That's just oil and sadness, right? Sprinkle that shit over some fucking apples. It's good. I don't know why it's good. It just is. It's a wonderful combination.
That's what we are. My grandson Ollie, one of his favorite treats is apples and cheese slices.
There's a reason.
That's like that. Well, I did that when I was a kid, and I'm 47 now. You know, we've been doing that for all in 5 decades. We've been working on that in our family.
Yeah, that's what for me. It's peanut butter and anything.
Oh yeah, I just do on a spoon. I just eat it out of the jar. We
keep jars, and we go take spoons during the day.
3-pound family jars a week in our house.
That's the way peanut butter was meant to be. That is the way peanut butter was meant. Like there was so there. I mean, don't be right. Peanut butter goes with other stuff too, but by itself, it's fucking delicious. It's wonderful.
Try it on a hot dog or a hamburger.
Done it on a hamburger. I've never done it on
I've done it on a hamburger. So the Elvis burger.
Yeah.
When we were up in the there's a place called Uper Dogs, and they had one. It was a 1/4-pound beef hot dog with peanut butter, a jelly and cream cheese mixture, jalapeno jam, bacon, almonds, and Swiss cheese.
Jesus.
Hot dog, and I ended up coming home and stealing that recipe and improving upon it a little bit. But it is the best combination. It works together so well.
I find that honey is a sweetness catalyst. Like if you're doing a combo like that, disregard the jelly, use honey instead.
Yeah,
it makes the entire thing something different. I don't know the best way to explain it.
Let's do it.
There's
okay.
We are, as Americans, one of our favorite flavor combinations. Period. Is the sweet and fucking meaty, like the combo, salty and sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Any version of that.
It's a great combo. But we've been going for a half hour. Why don't we go ahead and get to a quick break?
Yeah.
Kellogg's Talking Krispies present Barney.
Why so blue, Barney?
Kids don't want colorful balloons on a rainy day.
He looks so deflated. One of our crispy cereals might help. Let's see. Marshmallow Krispies. Perfect.
Hey, bright-colored marshmallows.
It's fun to put nice frosted cocoa
Marshmallow.
into your morning.
Part of this complete breakfast. With Barney around, who needs rainbows?
Introducing Quackers, little ducks with a lot of flavor. So now, all the cheddar cheese flavor of a cheddar cheese puff is in a little duck. And all the sour cream and onion flavor of a sour cream and onion chip is also in a little duck. New flavor-coated Quackers in sour cream and onion, crispy original and cheddar. A lot of flavor in a little duck.
Yes. All right. It's time for the game portion of the show.
The game portion.
Do we want to do Craig's questions, or do we want to do?
We're gonna go with Stump James before we do anything else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got for me?
all right. So, what WWE milestone did WCW Nitro try to ruin by dropping the ball about it, telling the crowd about it before it happened?
Mick Foley's first world title win.
Yes.
You don't have to look that smarmy about it, man. Come on, act like you don't know.
Well, I had to let him finish the question because I was like, "Where's this going?" As soon as he got to the hook, I was like,
I still remember, and I was watching Nitro that night, and they're like,
"So
they
was
told
I."
me, been mad. I flipped it over, and apparently, like, percent of the freaking people, the viewers, changed the fucking channel, so it backfired. So
That's
terrible.
Yeah,
Absolutely beautiful. I still love that.
it was great. It was great. That was the day WWE started taking back over and never looked back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Another one then. I got two more for you. Who has the shortest WWE title reign that they lost it legitimately?
That's an interesting phrase.
Okay.
Well, because Andre the Giant had it
Yeah,
for
he
just handed
sold it though.
So
Yeah.
he didn't really relinquish it.
No.
So I'll knock who had the shortest title, and if you know it, who they lose it to.
Oh, wow. That's a two-parter.
I'm gonna go with Yokozuna at WrestleMania 9 to Hulk Hogan.
Nope. It was actually Seth Rollins won it, and Dean Ambrose came out 2 minutes later and beat him.
Yep.
With the money.
Yep. You're right. That's right.
If this was one camera, I was going to throw my hand on top of it and be like, no more questions. But we can't do that.
Yeah,
All right, you guys,
that's
you're
right.
1-1. Let's see what we do with the third one.
All right.
Yeah, let's see if I can
It's over.
see if I can avenge it.
We will not talk about this any longer.
Who did David Arquette beat for the WCW title?
Oh. Who did he pin? That's who you're looking for? It was Eric Bischoff, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes. Yep. All right.
You get the golf.
There we go.
You get the golf.
I got two. Hey, as the late Meatloaf once said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
There you go.
I was going to say, oh, God, my head.
Here's Meatloaf. Okay, you want a good story. Here is the education system in Wisconsin in the 90s. No joke. Freshman or sophomore year of high school, 1990, 1991, around there. Here is what our sex ed class was the football coach standing in front of the room, and he hands out a slip of papers we're walking in. I look down, it's the lyrics to Paradise by the Dashboard Light. This is our sex education course. He pushes play on the cassette, and we read along. That was our sex education course.
Sleep
When we were
Jesus Christ, buddy.
An 8-minute song about intercourse and backseat.
Exactly. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. It's still one of my favorite memories ever.
That tells you so much more about his life than it does about yours, though. Like, your football coach went through some generic shit.
Yeah.
That makes me so much
It just reminds me of when I was in high school, my sophomore year, my U.S. history class, we're learning about World War II, and then he's like, "Oh, speaking of this subject, did you guys have heard of the band Slayer?" Yes, I have heard of Slayer. So I was like, "Wait a second, where are we going?" Wait, oh no. So of course we listened to Angel of Death in the next morning. This is first period, so I'm listening to Slayer first thing in the morning at school. Yeah. This is great. I love this. Fucking Slayer. But yes, congratulations, Lee. You stumped me on one.
I was good to
got me on.
I'm gonna go really deep with the David Arquette one. I was gonna go a different route and see if you remembered who he had the death match with when he got his throat slit and almost died.
Nick fucking Gage.
Yeah.
MDK all day.
I tell you, I just rewatched that documentary, man. That is one of the best documentaries about human.
No, seriously.
You can't kill David Arquette.
Long and be respected.
Yeah.
I never felt more for a celebrity as far as actors go than I did for David Arquette after a while. I've always been a fan of him, anything he's done.
Yeah.
And WCW thing happened, how badly he felt about what they did to him. He didn't want any part of that. So I've always been a fan. Documentary was absolutely it's one of those I could watch over and over and over again because it's just wow. He worked so hard just so people would stop talking shit about him when he didn't need to. I think it was as much self to prove it,
For sure. And a lot of people didn't know until fairly recently that the money he made from that whole deal in WCW he gave to the families of Owen Hart and Brian Pillman. So
yeah, I didn't know that until I didn't know that until because Pillman's kid talked about that on the documentary, and I didn't know. Jungle Boy.
So, yep, Jack Perry. You got Jack Perry, and then that was Luke Perry's son, actually.
Yeah, that's who that was. Random.
Yeah, but you got Brian Pillman Jr. and
Pillman Jr.
He discussed that.
He's got that great freaking mullet, just like his.
Oh, dude.
He's
while we're on the subject, he's going to NXT.
Really?
Yes. So he's following his dad's footsteps big time. So.
Talented.
Hell yeah, dude. And he hasn't even been in the business very long.
No, he kind of got in late.
Yeah.
Well, late.
Like 2017. 2017, I think he made his debut. And he was already on national television within a year. So
yeah.
That's insane. The kid's got talent.
Random side note, having nothing to do with anything you just said. It's only because where I was thinking about the side note. Craig will probably like this. Also, this precedes Craig's pop questions, which will be coming up in a minute.
Yeah.
So the David Arquette wrestling thing, no, you can't kill David Arquette.
Yeah.
Documentary, right?
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Every time I think about David Arquette, especially as it applies to wrestling, I immediately think about Officer Doofy.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, because how could it be? But Officer Doofy.
I met Officer Doofy.
Yes, you did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Scary Movie 1 and 2 can hang out anytime they want.
Yeah.
The other sequels can stay for a minute and then they got to fucking get out.
Yeah.
But parts 1 and 2, they can come over. They can come over. They can hang. They can eat food here. I don't care.
They can crash on the couch.
Seriously, they can. And when they're done, I will wish them a good day. The other parts, I can walk right off. They're horrible. Which leads us into pop questions.
Right. These were handpicked just for you. Number one.
Good.
What is the most embarrassing thing that your parents caught you doing?
Oh, that's bad. That's real
PG-13.
PG-13.
Either paperclip in the light socket or eating styrofoam. Because you know, like the joke, Nerf football at the end of it. That was literally me. I ate Nerf footballs and styrofoam plates. So my parents wouldn't. So they wouldn't take me to picnics because everybody would have. It was the 70s and 80s. Everybody had styrofoam plates, and I'd eat the plate.
Like you bite it,
it's good. Just put a little steak sauce on it.
All the weird squeaking.
Yeah, right. And then there's the squish that happens with your teeth, like it doesn't get the click. It's I get it. I fucking get that.
Exactly. But so literally, yeah, like every football in the neighborhood I'd taken a bite out of. It was kind of funny. Like every football with like a radius.
It's Leigh, hide your Nerf balls. All right, question 2. Where is the weirdest place that you've gone to the bathroom?
Probably side of the road. Probably just side of the road, I guess. I'm a good planner.
Fair.
I'll for that one because, like, seriously planning.
I'll hold it. I'm a dad. There could be 4 hours before I can get in the bathroom. So you just learn to.
Yeah.
No, a lot of walking.
That's what I'm saying.
Last one.
Plan that far ahead. Way to go, that guy. Seriously.
What's something you used to do that makes you cringe now?
Oh, the last one. What was it?
What is something you used to do that makes you cringe now?
Oh, that's just shitty.
Probably.
What you say?
Back I used to drink. I look back at it now and it sickens me back that I'll have 7 years sober in October. And can't even think about it. Well, actually, it's not even that. It makes me cringe just thinking about that I ever did that because it doesn't even seem like it was me. It's changed so much over the past 7 years. A lot of that, I mean, becoming a grandpa. I mean, it sure changes things. You know, it's like, do you want to be that guy? And all of a sudden, it's no longer like, well, Dad still do that kind of thing. You know what I mean? No, you see a drunk grandpa someplace is just sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, it's one of those things that helps keep you. I got sober before he ever found out about it, that he was coming along or anything like that.
Yeah.
But he's a reminder that, I mean, why? You know, the way I always look at life is, if anything I interact with, anything or anyone that I interact with, and before I have that interaction, I say to myself, if I had to explain this to Oliver, would I feel okay with that?
Yeah.
Right. Would I feel okay myself to Oliver, and would he understand?
Yeah.
And if the answer is no, then I just don't do it. It sounds maybe it sounds silly, maybe it sounds immature, kindergarten teachery, but that's just it makes it very black and white.
No, that's
you know, I take
very straightforward.
And think, would they be okay with this? And if the answer is no, then maybe I need to stop and rethink it.
I would argue that's an incredibly mature way to look at things.
Absolutely.
No, for sure.
Now, I've been called a lot of things today. That is not one of them.
Very maturely. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You're very mature.
I think she always goes, before. Maybe she's saying, or like she's saying when she says it, though. So maybe she's saying mature. That's what it is.
Well,
for sure.
That's mature Leigh from this point forward.
There we go.
So,
one of my favorite stories. So the one day, my wife and Oliver are sitting there in the kitchen, and Oliver's like, "Nona, how old's Pop Pop?" And my wife says, "Pop Pop's 15." Oliver goes, "Pop Pop's old for 15." My wife goes, "Yes." So there's nothing to being the eternal kid. I mean, isn't that why we like? You know, I mean, what's the point if you can't have fun?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's how I am with work. Like, that's why I'm always like cracking jokes and shit at work, because it's like, if you can't have fun at work, what's the point of you going?
Well, I don't know if I ever told you guys my whole life philosophy, and it's all wrapped up with the saying "rubber chickens and scabs." That's my life philosophy: rubber chickens and scabs. Because I mean the real ones, those big honking ones, like you squeeze them, they're like 1 billion decibels. You guys have seen those, right?
Yeah.
Band name earlier, that's the fucking album title.
There you go. Actually, it is. Pop in the Fuster Clucks. But so you're holding rubber chicken. You're the happiest person in the room, without a doubt, right? Even just on a default. Those things are freaking annoying. Okay, so now if you've got a scab, you've got a good story to tell, right? It might be embarrassing, it might be shit, but if you got a scab, you've got a good story to tell. So rubber chickens and scabs, because is there really anything better in the world than being the happiest person in the room with a good story to tell?
No.
So rubber chickens and scabs.
Fucking A.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
There we go.
Time for anybody that happens to come across this. Dibs on the fucking band name and the album title. Fuck off.
One of my book titles.
Nice.
It's gonna be one of the titles. That's gonna be I've got an essay that's called that also.
Not anymore. Oh, yeah. I just yelled about it on YouTube. It's done.
No, sure.
But I got a couple small chat books I'm putting together now. I've got one. It's poetry and shorts, mainly poetry and songs. It's called Irritable Bowel Syndrome. And then I've got another one.
Take a minute.
Another one. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You deserve that.
The book of essays called Don't Snitch on Your Essays.
God damn it.
So, guys will like. There's actually a really nice essay I did for one of my classes. First, actually, it was last summer. The composition class I did about the stereotype and stigma of being a stay-at-home dad.
Oh,
And I'm actually back in it because of some stuff I've dealt with over the past couple of months that actually hit pretty hard. Still on the same. It's been almost 15 years or 13, 14 years. I still get shit about it. You know, I mean, you guys been there and get it. Like it's a stigma, and it's especially in this country. It's it's freaking sad. Get it. So, but really good essay. I'll let you guys know when that's come. When I'm just gonna self print those one and ship them out.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'll probably, once I get enough of them, I'll probably compile them together and do. I don't know what it is on Amazon. It used to be the Create Space is what I used before when I published books before.
Kindle.
I don't know what this is called now.
Kindle Create.
Okay.
I go through.
Yeah, that's what Craig does for his books.
That'll take you through.
I used it when it was called.
What?
Okay, yeah, cool. You know when it was called Creative Space. I think I've still got books probably listed in there.
Yeah.
Because I had.
Let's take.
Well, I had a
Kindle.
Yeah, because I had a short story collection called Stage Shorts, of course.
Yeah.
Leigh, if
And I
possible, I'm just for my own edification. Are you looking at a desktop right now?
No, I'm actually sitting in my possum cave staring at my iPhone.
Can you zoom out a little bit? I want to see your background more. There's stuff I'm looking at on the periphery, and I know what it is, but I can't quite name it. There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dead Kennedys.
I've been staring at this shit this whole time, trying so
There's
hard.
the helmet. There's the helmet.
Yes, I have a helmet. And if you don't understand why I have a cooking helmet, then you have not been paying attention to any of this podcast, apparently.
No, that is 100%
that right there.
Thank you. I've been trying to like you know that thing where it's like right on the tip of your tongue and you can't quite get it out. That's what I've been seeing in the periphery of everything behind you, and it's been driving me insane.
The helmet.
Well, you should see how I've got.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then over on this side, I've got all my marketing stuff.
Woo.
Oh,
Including Elliot. Go back.
Elliot.
What's up, Elliot?
That's what unused posters for the Atari ET game.
Yeah.
God bless him, man. An entire landfill. An entire landfill filled with those motherfuckers.
That's still that was one of my favorite games. I've actually got I actually the dead Atari ET on my leg.
There was a kid that lived down the road from me that fucking had that. And he was super proud of it because it was right after ET came out. We'd all seen it in the theaters. And he was like, I've got the game. We went and we played the game, and it was goddamn horrible. But the point of the matter is, played the shit out of it. Oh, he wasted the entire summer playing that fucking game. It was terrible.
I thought it was great. I'll have to send links to I made the one Lego comic out of the ET game, ET Atari game. I'll have to find it and send it to you guys. It's freaking great.
Yeah.
It was I made basically I did it out of Lego, and I did a 3-panel one with being stuck in the hole. When you fall in the hole and your neck long and you go deep.
Yeah, no, that's
I forgot. And then you'd be dead ET, a white guy on the side. Well, that's the tattoo I've got is the dead ET because you can't get out of the hole.
You have a tattoo of that shit?
4-panel Lego. Yeah, it's cool. I do Lego comics with either minifigs or I'll just build different scenes, and then I'll get 4 or 5 whatever different shots, and then I'll use a couple different photo editors because I'm cheap, and I'll turn them into little like 4-panel comics on regular pictures of my Legos that I'm building.
God damn.
Well, I did the one and it's of
spend a day in your brain.
I did the one I actually dug up. So, but if you look in the background in the crowded at ESPN Ocho. I even got the ESPN Ocho sign I printed off on it. Look at the crowd in the background, like Kong and Matthew McConaughey are in the background, and like Shaggy and Scooby or what. It's got the character look like Jason Bateman. Looks like he's wearing the racing shirt, and he says, "Bold strategy, if it pays off for him."
This is actually a great.
All right. Yeah. We'll go ahead and cut to a quick break and then come back and wrap her up.
Ready? Go! Peanut butter. Chocolate. Here it comes. You missed. Faster. Get out of the way. Oh, wow. Your peanut butter hit my chocolate. Your chocolate hit my peanut butter.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Real milk chocolate, delicious peanut butter. Two great tastes that taste great together.
Reese? Yeah. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
The look, the feel, the sound, so real.
The AK Centerfire, automatic water weapon, batteries not included, with up to 30 feet of firing power. An extra clip for reloading, a shoulder strap for moving out. There's also the M16 rifle, the sidekick pistol, the RPG rocket water launcher, the AK Centerfire.
The look, the feel, the sound, so real.